not the leader of a cult. RabbitWithAxe.
Greetings, demons, and welcome to what is probably just going to be a very short video, though saying that whenever I have said short video in the past, it's ended up being pretty long, but I just wanted to quickly say a few things about the news surrounding Fortnite. Yes, I know, I've said that I wasn't going to cover Fortnite, and with the previous video, it was very much a look how this will affect the wider, game sphere. With this one, it's just sad. As someone who did legitimately love Fortnite for years, for the entirety of its time, I've gone over before, but I was playing before Battle Royale existed. I was playing Save the World before Battle Royale even existed. I genuinely have loved this game for a large portion of my life, nearing on a decade. And today they announced that they were laying off over 1,000 of their employees. This includes developers that have been pretty active on the game for years. Some that you would find surprising. I'm not going to get too much into that. If you are interested in that, I'll link a video from iTalk in the in the description even. He goes on a little bit about one specific individual that I'm really shocked that they've let go. But this is a really poor sign. So, obviously, we knew, based on the price increases or the V-Bucks reductions based on price, whatever you want to call them, that Epic were seemingly struggling monetarily. And a lot of people, myself included, kind of assumed they're doing this so that they don't have to lay off employees. But clearly, regardless of the reception of the price increase, they were going to be laying off employees. That seems very clear right now, at least to me. And beyond that, beyond the fact that these, hugely talented people, and Tim Sweeney in his blog post says as much, that these are the best in the industry individuals that are being let go. Despite the fact that they had all these great people and everything, they're getting rid of them. And also closing parts of the game. So, alongside the layoffs, which are obviously the major thing, and they're, I feel so sorry for the developers right now, because it's difficult out there. It's difficult to find work in there. I have a few friends that aren't Fortnite developers. They're not, not working on anything AAA, but, that are video game developers, and it is difficult. It is difficult actually finding work. A lot of my friends have instead just gone and made their own projects, which, shout out Mr. Sleepy Man. I will be doing a video on that soon-ish. That was actually supposed to be my next video, but just this kind of needed to be discussed. But yeah, this situation has led to not only is Rocket Racing being closed down, which is surprising it wasn't sooner. Rocket Racing lost support pretty quickly, and generally, as much as I've enjoyed it personally, I actually quite like Rocket Racing, it has never been popular. At least to an extent where it's worth keeping around and keeping servers and, all that kind of stuff running. I wouldn't be surprised if they converted it into some sort of creative style mode where it's still playable, but it's peer-to-peer only sort of thing, where it's there's no hosted servers. It wouldn't surprise me if that's how they did it. I don't know at this point. But the more surprising thing, there's one other that I'll get to, but the more surprising mode is that Ballistic is going away, which technically never released, properly. It's still in, a pre-release stage, and that's being just cancelled. And once again, Ballistic, pretty fun mode. It's the reason a lot of people continue to play Fortnite, because they didn't enjoy, Battle Royale anymore. They didn't like things like Blitz when they came around, or Lego Fortnite or whatever. But yeah, Ballistic, the first person, the only Epic-made first-person game, is being shut down. And then beyond that, Festival's battle mode, the PvP mode attached to Festival, that's going. That's not going to be a thing anymore. And it, once again, not hugely surprising, but just they are closing down aspects of the game, and it's very blatant as well with what they're actually closing down. Rocket Racing, Ballistic, and Festival Battle. It's very blatant that they have closed down the free modes that don't give them monetary, benefits. Like, they've not closed Festival down, because then they can't sell you the music pass. They haven't closed Blitz, or, I don't know, Zero Build, or something like that, because then you won't buy the Battle Pass. And, yeah, it's so clear that the entire focus of Epic, of Tim Sweeney, let's be honest, it's Tim Sweeney, is to just milk as much money out of the community, out of the players, as possible, without much care to actually maintain these things. A lot of people already have issues with Lego Fortnite. If it wasn't for the fact that that clearly will have a decently long-term contract with the Lego Group, I wouldn't be surprised if that got shut down relatively soon. And it also makes me worry for future things. What is the future of this Disney experience that still isn't out yet? It's been, 2.5 years, 3 years since that was announced? Still not out. But what the future of that looks like, I couldn't tell you. Because clearly, with everything else, it's not working. Lego Fortnite is only around because they have to keep it around. People don't play it. Its player numbers have dropped pretty substantially. All the other modes, including Blitz, are just not played anymore. Ranked is essentially dead at this point. The only thing made by Epic that actually seems to be doing okay is Battle Royale, and even that has seen record low player numbers for the new season. And I'll admit, I've played a few matches. I've got to level 8, level 9 or something this season. It's all right. I like some of the new weapons. They're fine. Now that I've got a grips to them, but it's not enough. And when we're seeing this many layoffs, when we're seeing price increases as well, when we're seeing a collaboration literally every other day, I don't think Fortnite is long for this world. And while it is unrelated news, Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call them, recently announced that they were closing down and then not closing down. They reversed it. But they announced that their metaverse, Horizon Worlds, was being shut down. And obviously Fortnite actually predates Horizon Worlds by 2-3 years, something like that. But the entire push for Fortnite was to make the actual metaverse, where all these different IPs come together, and there's all these different experiences, and you can do whatever you want, and you can live life how you want, sort of thing, within the game. The only thing it was lacking was that VR aspect, which obviously Meta was very much pushing. But yeah, Horizon Worlds is being closed down eventually. It may have been delayed for now, but that's gone. The metaverse, as we understand it, is kind of a dead concept. And I can't help but think that that is going to impact on Epic, especially when they are doing such drastic things as firing over 1,000 employees, increasing the value, or rather, decreasing the value of your purchases in-game, just cramming the shop with collaboration after collaboration, with very little, reason. The amount of stuff that is releasing right now in the Battle Pass, we have Bugs Bunny, and I'm not complaining about Bugs Bunny. I like Looney Tunes, but there isn't any relevance to that. Coyote vs. Acme still isn't out yet. There's no other Looney Tunes thing happening. It's just because Warner Brothers happen to, be playing nice with Epic currently. And, there's not enough DC stuff apparently to throw into the game. But, I just really... I'm just confused at this point of what Epic's plan is, if they even have one. The story seems to be dead and buried. They're spending ridiculous amounts of money getting people like The Rock to come back for the story points. And obviously that's going to be expensive. Having The Rock in your video game is not cheap. And then there's all the licensing fees for all the different collaborations. Right now, Blitz is Marvel themed again, so obviously, you know, they're probably paying some license fee to Disney for the Marvel stuff. I don't know where they go from here, other than into the territory of literally being a dead game. And it's really disappointing. It's really sad. And I think I'll leave it on a recurring point that I've been making when I've been discussing these Fortnite things. Specifically in the blog post, it says that these, you know, employees being let go, these firings, are not so that they can replace development with AI. I call bullshit. Tim Sweeney has made it blatantly clear that he wants to replace development with AI. That is his want and need. Because humans are too expensive. That's pretty much Tim Sweeney's entire perspective on these things. And I just don't want to see what has been for many years my favourite game, or my go-to game at the very least, to die like this. But yeah, on that somber note, I suppose, this entire video is pretty somber. That's going to be it from me, so thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new here, ring that bell so you never miss upload. Comment below your thoughts and feelings on this whole situation. And I'll see you in what will hopefully be a more standard video, because I've been a bit out of it recently. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but we'll survive. I just wanna take